Oschino talking about back in the day with, he said he saw you whipping on Gilly. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, no, this should be, I think it's a difference between real journalism and gossip. Real journalism and gossip. When you, I mean, if that's what you choose to do to make your money, man, just know that what make you laugh, make you cry, the world watching. Once you get on this microphone in front of that camera, don't go away. That's indeed, that's part of your thing. So, you know, just be careful, man.
Yeah.
On what you choose to do to make your money.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful. Me and Gilly cool. We good.
Okay.
We had a little situation. It ain't go how main man presenting it.
Yeah.
You know. And man, Gilly, all right.
Cool.
I can say this though. A lot of people be having revisionist history. So when you want to talk about something, and do it in totality. Don't have revisionist history. And I can say this about Gilly. Where my camera at?
Right.
Gilly ain't run.
Okay.
Heard.
Okay.
Not bad, not bad. Now you.
Let's just jump right into this. Today I'm scrolling on the internet, come across a podcast with Beanie Sigel on it. They asked him a question about Gilly. You know, they throw my name in there. Well, Oschino said this. You know, he danced around the question instead of saying, yo, that's what happened. He made these indirect things coming at me. First thing I thought was, how dare you, Beanie Sigel? Well, you know I'm gonna cook your toast, bro. You said, man, Gilly ain't run. Nobody ever said Gilly ran. I never once heard nobody say Gilly ran. We say he didn't do nothing back. But then you kind of insinuated like I ran from something. Let me cook your toast real fast, bro. You went on there saying, well, you know, same thing, make you laugh, make you cry, and all these things talking about me, bro. Once somebody puts you to sleep on TMZ, once you get put to sleep on TMZ, I don't want to hear you talk cool. I don't want to see you on a podcast acting like you thorough, like you this. Bro, you should gallete. You gallete, right? You said, well, that's how you get his money. That's how you talk about how I get my money doing content while you on a podcast that's not even your podcast, probably getting paid pennies, or if you got paid anything, right? So how dare you talk about how I get my money? I don't say nothing about you being on the food truck. Because I don't care. I don't want you to be destitute. You like to cook, go ahead cook. But I cook toast, bro. Now let's talk about your background, why I don't respect you. It ain't just that you got put to sleep and ain't do nothing. That's one thing, right? That's one thing, bro. Let's talk about why you went to the feds, bro. You know, you got this image like, yeah, that's Beanie Sigel. We went to the feds because he did this and this. You'll pop somebody over a stripper that stripped on 52nd and Spruce. Now, if you're not from Philadelphia, let me explain what 52nd and Spruce is. It's the ghetto. It's a bar. It's not even there no more, right? The stage is the size of a phone book, right? So any girl that's stripping there, they'll probably only get $17 that day tops. He popped somebody the highest career over that. And mind you, I talked to the bull. I can talk about this because statute of limitation is over. But don't act like you went to the feds because you was out here. I went upstate for hustling, bro. You know what I'm saying? So everything you did in your mind, I see you high nodding off. Bro, you stole our money, bro. Let's talk about even with Jen. I'm a young boy. You meet Jen, she's a kid. She's younger than me. She probably was a juvenile, bro. You meet her, mind you, she got green eyeballs, Beanie Sigel. Why would she go with you for free? You have to pay, right? You have to pay her. But the fact that you were so tender, right? You made a song about her on the Becoming. Bread and butter? About a juvenile? Remember you calling people, yo, was you driving my Bentley calling kids around? I've been lost respect for you, bro. Bro. I just don't be caring, but when you say my name, bro, you need to look in the mirror first. Let's talk about Meek Mills. Bro, you in the studio with Meek Mills, you never looked at Meek Mills when he was broke, right? But as soon as it ain't go right and they put you to sleep, you calling the game, a person from LA? Yeah, you know, Meek Mills ain't never do nothing for me.
Oh, you got every right to do whatever you gonna do to me. That's your beef. I'm not calling about me. I don't care. I could, literally I could get to I'm not making no paper with Meek. Meek ain't trying to do nothing for me. He ain't called me and asked me to do a record and all. You see how happy the was when he smiled just for those 2 lines.
You never do nothing for me, bro. You never did nothing for him either. You know what I'm saying? Bro, everything about your character, you stole the money, bro. You know what I mean? And I got one ace up my sleeve what you did to me, bro, that nobody knows about but me, you, and Wak, right? The gay stuff. Let's not even get into that yet. Let's talk about the Jadakiss diss. I never heard you once tell people to give my props. You overwrote the hottest line on here, that sun kissed like a soda and all that. You know what I mean? Me and Chris would help you with the bars. Not taking away saying you can't rap, right? But you never say nothing about it because you're a hater, right? Mind you, we trying to help you make sure you win against Kiss, right? And now I still say you my second best rapper from Philadelphia when you was hot. You know what I'm saying? Because I can subtract the hater, the hating sucker from the music, right? Fans can't do that. They don't know you. They judge you by how good your music is. Even though you don't even make music no more. Your voice, God took your voice because you wasn't using it right.
You see, I was your bread and butter.
Peace. Back with another installment of Let's Talk About It. In those clips you heard Beanie Sigel and Oschino V from State Property speaking about one another. Beans may be more at fault than anything because I don't think that Oschino would have went off the way that he did in this clip if Beans didn't just leave that question alone. You really have to be careful when you're speaking about somebody who has intimate knowledge about you, especially when you are a private person. Not to be on sucker stuff or anything like that, but I don't feel like Oschino was trying to diss Beans when he brought up the fact that Beans and Gilly got into a fight. But Oschino is the type of person, like you said, he's going to cook your toast. And you already knew this prior because you have been around this individual. I mean, this is just my thinking. You know, I try to use the 48 laws of power and the art of war in everything that I do. Obviously, the interviewer was trying to line you up so you say something, so then it turns viral, okay? And that's cool, you know, because that's where the money is. But from my perspective, if put in that situation, I would not have answered the question. All I would have said was, me and Gilly are cool. I don't want to answer that question. That's it. You know what I mean? Or I would have just said, yo, me and Gilly cool, man. I'm just like I've had situations like this. I have friends like Oschino that, yo, blow up. Put all your dirty laundry out in the open. You know? So when you have somebody that will do this, you gotta tread lightly, man. Not on sucker stuff, not on like, oh, he'd beat me up or anything like that. You just gotta watch what you say. When you gotta be tactful. And I know Beans read the 48 Laws of Power. I think that he spoke about it in the rhymes, not unless he's just rapping about it. But watch what you say. This is pretty much just what I take from this. You have to watch what you say when it comes to this type of situation. And that's just my 2 cents added on. You can keep it, sell it, throw it away. It doesn't matter. Like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, peace!